Welcome to Time Capsule, where we explore the meaning of life in the 21st century through the eyes of people just like you and me. I'm Joerenz.
And I'm Joenrhuz.
And today we have Chris Williams, a horror filmmaker and an up-and-coming artist of color. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Hey, we're so glad to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's good. It's great to be on. It's great to be on with you guys. Thank you.
So can you tell us a little more about like your profession as a filmmaker, what got you into it, and then some of the work that you've done recently?
Okay, so I got into filmmaking around 2007, back in high school. I'm an actor first and foremost. I did the whole drama club thing. I did the drama club, and then did all of that, and I just start asking a lot of questions regarding filmmaking. Oh, how do they do that? How do they do this? And my mom sent me to the New York Film Academy. So I did that, and from there I just haven't stopped since. I went for back in 2007. That was the 1-week film camp program. I did that, and then I ended up going back there in 2010. I did the whole year. Did the whole year program, did the first semester in New York, the second semester out in LA, moved back up to upstate New York, and I just worked. I acted in other people's projects and I created my own, and haven't stopped since. My films have been on Amazon. I got a short film on Tubi. I have a film on Filmocracy. I have a few films on Prime TV. So, the infection has continued.
Yeah, so you have a lot of experience in the film industry. Can you tell us more about some of your works like Tales from the Ville or Voodoo Man?
Yes. Okay. So Tales from the Ville is very special to me. It's my baby. I created that with a good friend of mine, Mo Rabani, back in 2018. Okay, so what inspired that? That was 2017. The movie Get Out came out. And after I watched it, I was really blown away. And I was just like, wow. And it shook me up because I'm just like, as creators, they're going to do more stuff like that, And I love it because it's like, there's 1,000, you can touch on racism in so many different factors. It does not always have to be on slavery, and I just love what Jordan did with it. So I said, you know what? I want to do something called Tales from DeVille. DeVille is a nickname for Brownsville, which is a neighborhood in Brooklyn. And, me and my friend, we just got together and we cast it. We produced it, shot it, directed it. I wrote it, and we did 3 episodes of it, and it went on to being nominated for original web series at the Newark Film Festival. Back in 2019. That's when the world was still normal. And then from there I did a short film just last year called Voodoo Man, where a girl is bullied and she commits suicide, but then she's brought back from the dead by a voodoo priest. And
Yeah, so great. Those are interesting stories, especially Voodoo Man. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I guess I could kind of sense it from the title.
Yes.
Well, so since you're a filmmaker, you're an actor, I'm an actor too, and I like to, I think a nickname that you can give to people like us are storytellers. Mm-hmm. So, you're a storyteller. What kind of stories do you want to tell in the works that you've done or the works that you plan to do in the future?
Just interesting works, I am a firm believer in like changing the narrative. You know what I mean? Like, why should we always go this way when we can go that way? You know what I mean? Like, art is your perception of things. So I believe that, I'm a firm believer in changing the narrative. You know what I mean? And I say that to say like, when we talk about racism and stuff, and all these political issues, we can take it and go left, right, any way we want, just make it interesting. There's I don't know if you guys heard, there is a TV pilot that's out that's called Cracker. And it is the reverse. It is Black people as slave owners and white people as slaves. And I didn't see it. They had it on Amazon, and I think they took it down because I guess it's going to festivals. But the trailer alone, you guys can look up the trailer on YouTube. It's crazy. And I'm like, yes, change the narrative. That's it. Yes, yes. So I'm a firm believer in that, of being somewhat original. You know what I mean? So yeah, the things that I want to create are just things that, it's like I want to try to do things that have not been done before, and have an interesting take on whatever social issue or whatever day-to-day issues that we as humans go through.
Got it. So, so keeping that in mind with all these social issues that we're going through and changing the narrative, if you're pursuing a different path, what would you be doing and why would you be doing it?
I don't know. I got to be in entertainment. I got to be in entertainment. When you guys meet me in person, you'll be like, yo, Chris is kind of a clown. He's crazy. I'm a clown. I am. I like to have fun. And I just have I've always been told I have the personality for showbiz and da da da. So it's like I have to be in that realm. You know what I mean? So I can't do anything else. Just yesterday, because my 9 to 5 was working at Applebee's, and just yesterday, I guess one of my bosses called me. She said, "Hey, Chris, you can come back to work. Kumo said indoor dining is okay on, I guess, what's the holiday? Valentine's Day, blah, blah, blah." And I told her, you know what? I'm good. Right now, I'm blessed to be doing background. I'm union, I'm SAG, so I'm doing background stuff for all these different TV shows, and that's my job, and I'm just like, I think I'm good right now, so that's it. I can proudly say that I work in the industry, you know what I mean? That filming has still prevailed, despite COVID and stuff, and I'm just I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna pursue this entertainment thing full throttle. I'll be fine. Take chances.
Yeah, it's really fantastic that you know exactly the track that you want to be going, because a lot of people sort of like they're not sure if they want to take this path or this path, but full on, I'm going to be in entertainment no matter what it takes.
That's it. And you have to do that. It comes to a point in time in life where you got to take that leap of faith. You got to take that leap of faith. You just got to jump. You feeling froggy? Jump.
I like that, froggy.
That's it.
Kermit the Frog.
That's it. Kermit the Frog, right? Right.
Okay, so we're now at the point of the show we like to call past, present, and future. So we're going to explore 3 different timelines, 3 different parts of your life. So let's start with the present. How do you see yourself now, and how does that person compare to the person you were 5 years ago?
How do I see myself now? I see myself as, very, you could say very mature and very like knowing exactly what I want. 5 years ago, you could say I was very, I was very cautious, a little too cautious, where I was kind of scared to take risk. So I'm a little bit more bolder now than I was 5 years ago.
That's great. And so what kind of person do you think you'll be in 5 years? How do you think things will be for you then?
Hopefully in the next 5 years, I'm rich. You know what I mean? Hopefully but in the next 5 years, I have 1 or 2 projects that are sold, to Lionsgate, Warner Brothers, Netflix. Hopefully by that time I got checks rolling in. I got big checks rolling in. Bigger than the background checks that I'm getting. Nah, man. The next 5 years, I hope I'm full speed ahead. I'm home, typing up scripts. My agent needs 10 pages by 5 o'clock. Okay, got it. I hope I'm really off to the races in the next 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're very optimistic, and don't forget about us once you're rich and you're making a big bucks.
Right? Yes, time capsule show. Yes. It's
yeah,
awesome.
So with with your script writing, with your filmmaking, with your acting, what would you say you live your principles? Like how do you live your principles in your life?
How do I live my principles in my life? I think keeping God first and foremost. I talk to him every day, keeping God first, keeping God close, and just staying busy. Staying busy because I hate being bored, and there's always something to do. Especially at a time like this. You know what I mean? So staying busy. That's my philosophy.
Right. So I imagine that you're always being creative. You're always coming up with new ideas for your script writing and your directing. Yeah. So what's the process like for you? Like, where do you start when you're jotting down an idea and the end product?
I just kind of I let it come to me, because when you force an idea too much, it's not going to work. You can have an idea, great. Let it marinate, let your mind wander, and then you could be traveling, you could be, walking down the street or on a train, and then boom, another idea intertwines, and then you have it, you know what I mean? And it grows from there. Then, when you're ready to write it down on pen and paper, you're ready,
Yeah.
And sometimes music, music helps. Artists should always watch, listen, and learn from other art. You know what I mean? This young man had interviewed me the other day, and he looked at one of my movies on Tubi, Relentless Scoundrels, and he said, "Dude, I really like that." He goes, "It's one of those things where it's like, oh, I can why didn't I think of that?" I said, "Dude, Relentless Scoundrels is a female version of Reservoir Dogs mixed with Charlie's Angels. Boom. Two pop culture show, a popular movie. I put it together and I created my own, So that being said, artists have to, be inspired by other art, That's how it works.
So which other artists inspire you in terms of music or actors, movies?
Music, that could be anything. I listen to all types of music, except for country.
I was about to ask you.
Except for country, but music, it could be Kanye, R&B, whatever. Now, film artists, I love Quentin Tarantino. I'm a big fan. Quentin, and John Carpenter. I like him. He was a genius for Halloween. But yeah.
So actually, that's something I wanted to ask. So you focused a lot on horror movies recently. Is that the track that you sort of want to go on, or do you want to sort of move into sort of versatile with different genres?
Yes and no. Yeah, horror is definitely the track I wanna stay on. I'm just good at my mind going dark places. You know what I mean? I told somebody the other day, I can't write a romantic comedy to save my life. You know what I mean? I haven't gone on that many dates with women for me to, write romantic shit.
They're corny anyway.
You know, so yeah, horror is definitely the thing that I want to do. Yeah, that's my lane. That's my lane. And and to other artists out there, yeah, definitely stick to one lane. And once you start making money in that lane, if you want to venture out and do something, then that's fine, you know. But yeah, horror is definitely my thing.
Okay, so I got a really tough question for you. What's your number one horror movie?
Number one horror movie, I would have to say, Halloween.
The first one, like the ultimate first one?
Um, I don't. Yes, but I love what they did with the reboot. Reboot 2018. That one was good. Yeah, did you guys see that one?
I don't think so.
Oh no, you got to watch that. Yeah,
Was Jamie Lee Curtis in it?
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh,
yeah,
was?
I remember that one.
Yeah, Yeah, it came out in 2018. It's 40 years after the original. So they disregarded all the other sequels, and they just took it from 40 years after the first one. That one was good. Danny McBride co-wrote that. It was good.
Dang, I kind of wrote that one off because whenever I've seen they remake horror movies, it usually ends up being worse. But this is really good deal. I'll probably check that out sometime this weekend.
Check it out. Yeah, I'm telling you, I remember I went to go see it in theaters. 2018 again, when the world was normal. Yeah, the Halloween version that came out in 2018, where Jamie Lee Curtis, she knew she knew that Michael was being transferred from his mental institution into another facility, and she was ready. She kind of had an intuition that he was going to break out, so she was ready. She was like, range shooting and stuff. She had her knife ready. She had everything ready. She was hella ready, So yeah, it was good.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely got to be ready to deal with Michael.
He never dies. The guy never dies.
Never dies. I love it.
So it's like often what I've noticed in horror movies is like there's a lot of buzz going on in a character's life, and then they sort of forget about the little things around them until it's like when they're down at their core and their worst, and then the monster or whatever is after them. So what would you say you're grateful for in your life?
What I'm grateful for in my life?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm grateful for life, period, to be honest with you. Life is good. Does it have its shitty moments sometimes? Absolutely. But, life definitely can beat the alternative, But then again, with the alternative, when you're dead, you don't have to pay any bills.
So
but no, I like life. I like living, I like it.
Every day is a blessing. I feel like people take it for granted that they wake up in the morning. Some people don't have that blessing to wake up every
Some
morning.
people don't. Some people don't, and I think times like this, it has made people realize to not take things for granted. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
If you were to leave something in a time capsule for people to dig up 100 years later, what would you put in there and why?
What would I put into my time capsule and why? That's
your films, maybe?
I would probably I don't know, probably one of my I don't know, probably my YouTube channel. Yeah. My YouTube channel. People can go on there and be like, oh, okay, and look at all those little nuggets of projects.
Yeah, that's so true. Because normally I guess it would be weird to think that like a YouTube channel could be something you would use in history, but if like like go like for example, like a lot of the YouTube channels that were around in like 2008, like for example like Niga Higa or like Smosh, like those old channels, and you compare it to today, it's almost like a history trip to go back and see what YouTube was like back then and up to now.
back then.
It really captures it.
Yeah, it is. It is, you know, and the thing is, film is a timeless film is timeless. You know what I mean? Like it could be old to me or you guys, but new to somebody else. You know,
Absolutely.
new to the next generation. You know, um, yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Like just yesterday, I was watching the movie Jason's Lyric on Tubi. Jason's Lyric is a romance drama movie from the '90s with Jada Pickett, and this before she got married to Will Smith. She was just Jada Pickett. Um, and it was a beautiful movie, and there's a lot of hot and heavy, you know, sex scenes between her and the lead character Ellen Payne, and I'm just like, they don't make movies like that no more. You know, like the '90s were that time. The '80s and the '90s were those times to have these beautiful love scenes that just you don't really see that in movies anymore. You know, so it's crazy.
Yeah, and movies today are just so different compared to back then, especially just talking about it from like a technical point of view. You know, we had the black and white era, the sound, like we didn't even have sound back then, right? It was just silent
Right.
films. And now we have green screens. Like when people see the Avengers, for example, I've seen, you know, behind the scenes videos and footages. It's all green screen. They're not really standing on stones
Right.
or you know, in a real city. Like it's insane the amount
It
of technology that we have now.
It is. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then one other thing with film, like over time, you've seen that it's sort of like you've seen a diversity in the people who are getting involved in those films. I remember back then, like maybe like 30 years back, you would never see, for example, interracial couples in films. And these days, now you can see it and it's normalized, and it's a great thing to have all this diversity.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's something, you know, yeah, it's something. It's now you had a little bit of it in the 60s and 70s, and that's when they were like kind of pushing the envelope, you know. But yeah, you see more of it now. Excuse me, you see more of it now. But yeah, you had a little bit of it. If you guys watch, I recommend you guys watch They've Gotta Have Us on Netflix. They've Gotta Have Us is the docu series on all these black actors and black filmmakers, and they talk about their experiences in Hollywood. And one of the ones was oh god, what's the actor's name? Uh oh god, it's Harry Belafonte, and he was in a romance movie with a white actress. And you know, they right, like I said, in the 60s, 70s, they did a little bit of it, you know. Yeah. The 70s I think was hardcore. Like 70s, you know, stuff was in your face, you know, like whether it was like, you know, violence and stuff, it was like they really pushed the envelope in the 70s. Yeah.
All right. So on that note, is there anything else that you'd like to add? Anything you want to tell our viewers? Maybe you want to plug a future upcoming project you might have.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so I want everyone to definitely tune in to I want everyone to subscribe to this channel called fleeleetv.com. FLEA Lee LEE TV.com, Fleelee TV. My web series Tales from Deville is on there. Okay, so definitely subscribe to Fleelee TV, and you can watch Tales from Deville. Um, and yeah, if you wanna, if you got, if anyone wants to subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Drop Mon web series, that's on YouTube. The Drop Mon MON web series, and you know, definitely you know, and if anybody wants to follow me on Instagram, Tales from Deville _ official. Tales TALES from DA Ville VILLE _ official. They can follow me on there. And yeah, you know, basically, if you follow me on Instagram, you will see what I'm up to. The last thing that I did at the beginning of this year on January 1st, I dropped it. I did a spec trailer to Get Out. I did a spec trailer of, it's called Get Out 2. So it's my idea for a sequel to Get Out.
I think I watched that a few days ago, and I found it so interesting that the concept that you put inside. Should I spoil it? No, you know, everyone can see it. I was so fascinated by like how I think it was Rose, right? And she put her body into a black woman in order to trick Chris. That is such a fascinating concept. I would love to see that for Get Out too.
We're gonna let Jordan Peele know.
Yes, yes. Tell that to Jordan Peele.
If you're listening to this, Jordan, please watch that.
That's right. Yes, yes. Because you know, I tag him, or I tag Monkey Paw. I tag Monkey Paw and I tag Blumhouse on my Instagram story, you know, showing the trailer. And Monkey Paw, I guess somebody on their team, they saw it, but they didn't hit me up yet. But yeah, somebody from Monkey Paw viewed it. Yeah. But yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It was
Of
a
course,
great idea.
yeah. Well, Chris, thank you so much for being a part of our time capsule. Thank you to our viewers for watching, and please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tune in again next week to meet another amazing addition to our time capsule. All right,
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.